And today we are going to continue how to insert cells or rows, or when you want to insert column in the worksheet. So how you are going to do that? What is the command for inserting the cells? The command is insert menu cells option. Which menu to be open? Insert menu cells option. You can note down the command side by side. You people also. What you have to do is select the cell where you want to insert the blank cells, and under the insert menu, the cells option is to be used for inserting the cells. Clear? Next is when you will click on the command insert menu cells option, there will come insert cell dialog box. In the insert cell dialog box, there will come 4 options. Now it is a question here. Name the options in the insert cell dialog box. The options are shift cell down, shift cell right, entire row, entire column. What will be the options in the insert cell dialog box? Shift cell down, shift cell right, entire row, entire column. Clear बच्चे? Done? Okay. So when we are inserting, this means the cell will get down because you have inserted something. And similarly, if you are inserting the column, the cell will go towards right. So that why the option name is shift cell right, and shift cell down means the row will be inserted. Clear? Next is inserting a blank row. So earlier we discussed regarding how to insert a cell. Now if I want to insert a complete row, and you know that rows are horizontal. So what will you do? You will select the row above which you want to insert a new row, and then the command is insert menu rows option. So you have to make a table yourself for all the commands so that it is easy to learn. After completing the chapter, make the full-fledged table of commands, okay? Insert menu rows option. So this will insert a blank row in your worksheet, right? Next, when you want to insert column, the option will change to columns option. And if you are inserting a row, insert menu rows option. And if you are inserting the column, the command is insert menu columns option. Clear? Select the column before you which want to insert a new column, and then follow the command insert columns option. Right? Clear? Okay. Next, the next is when you want to delete the cells or delete the rows or column. So in the last lecture, we discussed about the command edit menu delete content. Now there is a difference. That means if you are following the option delete content, it will delete the data of the cells. जितना भी data हमारा cell में पड़ा, that will get deleted. That whether you want to delete a formula or whether you want to delete the text entries, you want to delete whole of the data. Remember, we discussed delete content dialog box options also, but now here the option is delete cells option. That means you want to delete a cell now, not the data of a cell, rather the complete cell is to be deleted. And earlier when we discussed delete content, that means the content of the cell will get deleted. So there is a difference between the two terms, right? Delete content will delete the content of a cell, and delete will delete the cell, the complete cell, and obviously its data will also get deleted then. Clear? The difference is clear between the two options? Okay. The next is when you want to delete a cell, so you are following the command edit menu delete cell option. So what will open? A delete cell dialog box will open, and it will be having 4 options, that is shift cell up, shift cell left, Now, remember in the insert cell dialog box, the option was entire row and entire column. But in the delete cell dialog box, the option is delete entire row and delete entire column. Okay, bache? Shift cells up, shift cell left, delete entire row, delete entire column. Clear? Next, you remember in the last lecture we discussed about the types of cell referencings. I gave you some examples also. So 3 types of referencings are there: relative, absolute, mixed. And I told you in the relative cell addressing, the content will get, what will happen to the content on copying? The content will get changed. When you will copy the formula into the new cell, the content of the cell will get changed with respect to the reference we are referring, because it is relative in nature. And in case of absolute, the content will not change at all. ना आपकी रो चेंज होगी, ना कॉलम चेंज होगा, not even a partial change will be there. But in case of mixed reference, the partial change will be there. Either the row will get changed or either the column will get changed. Clear? Now, how you are able to understand that whether the row or column is to be changed or whether both will not get changed? So in the absolute, we will mark $2 that is in front of the row number also and in front of the column letter also. So there will be $2 in the absolute cell referencing. You can look at the example now, $C, $3. Clear? $C, $3. This is absolute because there is a $sign in front of the row also and the column letter also. But when we are referring to a mixed referencing, so that means the cell will get partially changed, whether we are making the column as relative or whether we are making the row as relative. So this will vary according to the formula you are framing, right? Now look at the examples. I have taken in cell D3 is equivalent to B3 multiplied by C3. So when I will copy this formula into the cell D4, the content will get changed. Now you can see the column is same, but the row is getting changed. D3 से D4 में आ रहे हैं, the row number is getting changed, right? So that means when the B3 is also copied, so it will get changed. So B will remain same because in the cell D3, when copying to the D4, the column is staying the same. The row is changing. So that's why 3 will get to change to the 4 is equivalent to B4 multiplied by C4. Now what if I want to change the column also? E3. Now look at the next reference, E3. In this case, I have done the row is to be same, but column is changing. So similarly, B will get changed into the C column, but row will be same. Clear? The concept is clear, bache? Okay. Now look at the absolute cell referencing. So when the D3 is containing the content B3 multiplied by $C, $3, so that means B3 will get changed to B4 because it is relative. But now $C and $3 is same because that is a absolute and absolute will not get changed, right? Clear, bache, to everyone? That only the relative portion is being changed, the absolute will not get changed. It will remain same. Clear? Now you can look in the mixed cell referencing, only one part will be changed, either the row or either the column. Vivan. So $3 multiply $C3. So that means in the first part, 3 is absolute, but column is relative. So B will get changed. In the next part, $C. So C is absolute now and 3 is relative. So 3 will get changed, but $C will not because it's an absolute referencing here. Clear? So when I'm copying this formula into the cell D4, so B $3, that will be same. Okay, then multiply $C4 because the row is changing D3 to D4, so that's why $C3 to $C4. Any doubt in this? 21. It is just a revision of the last lecture. Clear, bachche? Any doubt? Okay. The next are the functions, the most important feature of CALC for performing the calculations. So these are just the predefined formulas in CALC that is used to perform mathematical operations. For example, you want to perform some sum, you want to find out the average, you want to find the maximum or minimum values. Clear? So two important parts of the function are, that is arguments and structure. So here again it is a 2 marks question. Name the parts of function. The two parts are arguments and structure. So arguments are the values which you are passing to a function. आप एक function के अंदर values pass करते हैं, arguments pass करते हैं, and values are here. It can be numeric values also, it can be cell addresses also. That will depend upon the requirement, that whether you are directly passing a value or you are directly passing a cell addresses. Structure starts with the name of the function and ends with opening and closing parentheses. Parentheses means brackets. Clear? So look at the example now. So this is the structure. Function name will always start with equal to sign. It will always start with equal to sign. Equal to, then function name, then the arguments that is being passed to a particular function. For example, equal to sum, sum is a function name here, a1 comma a2 comma a3. So these are the three arguments, these are the three cell references जिनकी वैल्यू मैं यहाँ पे रेफर कर रही हूँ. Clear? These are the arguments list in the sum function. Or alternatively, instead of giving this single argument, single cell address, you can directly give the range also, that is equal to sum a1 colon a3, equal to sum a1 colon a3. So this means, I already told you the cell range means, name the cells now. What will be the cells included in the range a1 colon a3? Who will tell? Cells in the range a1 colon a3. Yes, Simar? Name the cells in the range a1 colon a3. Yes, very good, Prabgun. Keshav. Range क्या होती है? The starting cell and the ending cell, and all the cells will be included in that range. So if I'm saying a1 colon a3, it means a1, a2 and a3, three cells will get included, right? And what if I'm referring to the range b1 colon b4? Now tell the answer. b1, b2, b3, b4. Clear? So 4 cells will be there then. And if I'm saying the range a1 colon b2, now tell how many cells and name the cells. a1 colon b2. Yes. So again 4 cells will be there because the range will always form a rectangular portion. a1, b1, a2, b2. So 4 cells will be there in that range. Clear? Yes. So many students have given the correct answer. Okay. The structure of the function is clear now to everyone. Should we proceed further now? Yes? Keshav? Okay. The next is list the names of the functions in CALC. So the functions are sum, average, count, count A, max, max A, min, min A. Note down the names of the functions. The functions And if the question is write the functions in CALC, so don't write that it is used to perform mathematical operations, comparisons can be there. The question is this then. Clear? Write the functions of CALC. So these 8 functions will be there. Instead, rather it will be 9 functions. So also include if function, if, equal to if function, max, max a, min, min a, if, sum, average, count, and count a. Written? Simapreet, it is clear? Okay. Done? The next is, let's look at the sum function. What is the role of sum function? So sum function is used to, yes, it is compulsory to write equal to sign with every function name. Otherwise, it will not get executed. Whenever you are referring to some function, it will always start with equal to sign. Equal to sign, function name, and then in the bracket, you need to pass the arguments. Clear? So sum function is used to add the values or the numbers that is given in the range that you have passed as a argument list. So syntax of the sum function, equal to sum, now the numbers that you want to pass it as a argument. So let's look at some of the example now. Equal to sum 7 semicolon 5. So when you are referring the value, we need to put a semicolon. If you are not referring a range, how you will separate the arguments? With the help of semicolon sign. So sum 7 semicolon 5. So this will give the output as 12. 7 plus 5, that is 12. Next, equal to sum 4 semicolon 6 and then 8. So 4 plus 6 plus 8, that is equivalent to 18. Clear the output? Next, yes, one thing, when you are referring the logical values or the Boolean values in this, any of the functions, so it is having the values, you already know that on and off. We studied not 2 states in the computer, on and off. So on means true, off means false. So true will be internally having the value 1, false will be having the value 0. Clear? On means true, true means 1, false means 0. So in this case, if I'm saying equal to sum 4, 3, true, so true will be passing the value as 1. So 4, 3 and 1, that is equivalent to 8. So you will be getting the output as 8. Clear? Next, in the next, I've just written that I'm giving the range instead of a single argument, that is A1 colon C4. Now, how many cells will be there in the range A1 colon C4? A1 colon C4. अगर आपको नहीं पता चलता ना, the easiest method is to draw the worksheet. Yes. हाँ, तो number of cells will be? बोलो. Yes, the number of cells, Bhavna, how it will be 12 cells? The number of cells will be 16, that is A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, yes, it is 12. Then, right? Okay, so let's look at the rules now. The rules are, obviously some will add the values, so it will ignore the text values. Whatever the textual content, if you're writing some anything text values, alphabetic values, so it will get ignored in the sum function. And if you are giving some empty cell, for example, if I'm referring a range A1 colon B2, और उसमें से एक सेल मेरा खाली है, blank है, so it will not be considered in that because it will be treated as 0 only. Clear? And it will not ignore the logical values. The logical values are true and false, where true is 1 and false means 0. Clear, bachche? Okay. The next is average. Now who will tell me how you're going to calculate the average in maths? कैसे निकालते हो? What will be the formula? Sum of the values divided by total number of values. So यही formula होता है average calculate करने का, right? Yes, total then divided by number of values. So it will calculate the average, and you need not to write AVG. The full function name is equal to average. पूरा average लिखना है, the complete word. And the syntax is equal to average number 1, number 2, and so on up to number, and that how many values you want to pass into a average function. Clear? Now look at the examples. Equal to average, so you can do the calculation side by side on the rough copies also. Equal to average 7 semicolon 5. So 7 plus 5 कितना था? 12 divided by 2, because the two entries are there, two values are there. So that is equivalent to 6. 12 divided by 2, answer will be 6. Clear? The next example, equal to average 4, 6, 8. How it is getting the output 6? 18 divided by 3. Now the number of values are 3. So it is equivalent to 6. Clear? Yes. Okay. The third, average 4, 4, true. Now true will be 1. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9 divided by the number of values are 3 here. So equivalent, the value result we are getting 3. Clear? And in the next, I have just refer a range instead of giving a separate values, that is equivalent to average A1 colon C4. Clear? Now let's look at the rules. First, sum होना है, we need to perform the arithmetic operator, so that's why it will ignore the text entries and it will ignore the empty cells. It will not ignore the Boolean values, that is true and false, because true will be considered as 1 and false will be considered as 0. Next is the cell containing 0 will be counted. For example, if I'm saying 5, एक cell में मेरी value है 5, the next cell is having a 0, the next cell is having a 1. So what will be answer? Calculate 5 plus 0 plus 1. So 0 will be counted as a cell here now. Clear? So 5 plus 0, 5 plus 1, 6 divided by 3. Number of cells are 3. So we are getting the value 2. Clear? Everyone? 5. You can write it down. A1 is equivalent to 5. Cell A1 is containing the value 5. B1 is containing 0. C1 is containing 1. Now apply the average function equal to average A1 colon C1. And you will be getting the output. क्या आउटपुट आएगा? रिक्की करो सॉल्व, जब तक करोगे नहीं आएगा ही नहीं. 5 plus 0 plus 1, that is divided by 3. The output will be 2. Very good. Yes, so getting so many answers. Right. Okay. Moving on to the next function now, count function. So what will the count function do? Count function is used to count the total number of entries in a range. पूरी की पूरी जो range आपने select करी है, that how many cells are there in a particular range. Syntax is equal to count and then the arguments that is being passed to a function. If I'm saying equal to count 7 semicolon 5, so how many values I'm referring here? 2. So that's why it will count. The answer will 2. Clear? Yes. Okay. The next is equal to count 4. The second value is 6. The third value is 8. And then the text value means a string. That's why I have written in the double quotes. That is hello. So what will be the answer? And I already told you that count will only count the numeric values. And hello is here a textual value. So will it be counted? No. The textual values will not get counted in the count function. Only the numeric values will be counted. Clear? So that's why you can see the answer will be 3. Because the first 3 values are being considered and the fourth value, that is the textual value, it will not be included in the count function. Is it clear? The rule is clear for the count function. Next. But if I'm passing a logical value, true in the next example, you can see 4, 3 and true. True will be internally passed as 1. So that's why it will be counted in the range, and that's why we are getting the result as 3. Clear? 4, 3 and true. True is equivalent to 1. So that's why the answer is 3. Clear? So let's look at the rules now. It does not count the text entry or the empty cell. अगर blank cell भी है, कोई खाली cell पड़े, it will not get counted. Clear? The next is it will count logical values. अभी हमने discuss किया true and false case, so it will be get included in the count function. Next, it will count the numbers. It will count the date as well. अगर किसी cell में date पड़ी हुई है, it will be counted. Clear? And if the cell is containing 0, again it will be counted. The rules are clear to everyone? Okay. The next is count A. Now it is similar to a count function that will only account of number of values that is given in the range. But the difference is in the count function only the numeric values or the 0 value, logical values or date will get counted only. But what if you want to include the text value also, because it is a cell now, you want that textual value content will also get counted. So for that the function is count A. The rest of the function purpose is same. Only difference is the textual values will get also counted. So count A, the syntax is same. Pass the arguments in the function. Count A 7, 5. So 2 values are there. So it will giving the output 2. Count A 4, 6, 8. Hello. Now 4, 6, 8 in the previous cell, remember the count function was there. So hello was ignoring. But now the function is count A. So A means we will be including the textual values also. So that's why it is counting it as 4 now. Clear? The third one, 4, 3, true. True is 1. So there are 3 values. The answer will 3. Clear? The rules, it will count the text entry even if there is empty text. Empty text means अगर मैंने किसी cell में जैसे hello डाला, double quotes में hello is there, the next cell is just having the double quotes but no text in between. So that will be a text only. Wherever you are putting the double quotes, that will be considered as a textual. It is the recognition of the text that the text will be enclosed in double quotes. Clear? So it will count the logical and the Boolean values. It will count the numbers, date, and even the cell containing that is the value 0. But it will ignore the empty cells. If I'm giving 4, 3, true, 1 blank cell, and then hello, then what will be the answer? Write down the question in notebook. Equal to count A, 4, 3, true, empty cell, and then the fifth one is hello. What will be the output? Yes, Prabhugun has given correct answer. Madhav, look at the rules carefully. I'm saying 4, 3, true, empty cell, and then hello. Hello is a text. So empty cell will get ignored. Look at the fourth rule. The first 3 values will be counted. Fourth cell, empty cell, that will get ignored. And the fifth cell is containing the text hello. So total number of cells will be 4. The answer will be 4. Clear? Okay. The next function, very simple one, that is a max function used to find out the largest value or the maximum value among the range of cells. Equal to max, then the argument list, equal to max 7 semicolon 5. So you are getting the value 7 is larger, 7 is the bigger value. So it will give the answer 7. But if I'm saying equal to max 4, 6 and 8, so which value is bigger now? Simmerpreet, what will be the answer? 8. Clear? So it is giving the highest value. Max, 0, minus 4 and true. When you are depicting the numbers on the number line, तो minus values आती हैं, then 0, then it will be a positive values. Number line हम ऐसे depict करते हैं maths में, negative values, then 0 and then positive values. And true is having the value 1. So what will be the answer? When you are having the negative value 0 and 1, so obviously the larger value will be 1. Clear? And in the next thing, I have given the range, that instead of giving the single values, you can pass the range as well. So what will happen? The values in that cell will get referenced in this case, right? The rules for the max function are, it will ignore the empty cell. No value will be there. It will be a blank cell, so it will not get added. Next, it will only consider the numbers and logical values. Again, if there is some textual value, for example, hello is there in some cell. So how you are going to find the maximum or the larger value? So the textual value will get ignored in case of max function. Clear? But if you want to include the textual values also in the range, for that the function name is max A. Similarly, we didn't count A, the textual values will get included. Similarly, when you want to find out the maximum, the larger value, including the textual values, the function to be used is max A. The rest of the purpose is same for max and max A. Clear? So look at the example, the last one. Max A minus 3 minus 1 hello. So what it will return? Now minus 1 minus 3 hello. Whenever you are passing the textual value will be equivalent to 0. So minus 1 minus 3 0. So that will, the highest value in this case is 0. So that's why we are getting the output as 0. So it is clearly written that whenever the textual value is there, that will be treated as 0. The value for that is 0. Clear? The function max and max is clear to everyone? The rules are clear? Okay, let me now take the attendance. You can mark the attendance now, बच्चे.